Hello there, welcome back to another video. Glad you're here. Today I kind of just want to slide into this conversation that I have found around the internet, and I find it really interesting. I find this to be a kind of interesting conversation around Twitch starting soon screens. Let's talk about it. So many of you guys who follow me are from the Harris Heller channel, which thank you for all of you guys who are new subscribers to the channel. And Harris tweeted out a little over a week ago that he is not a big fan of the starting soon screen. And this tweet actually got a lot of likes, comments, retweets. It actually kind of went a little bit viral, and even to the point where Summit even replied to it. And recently Harris released a video with him talking with Devin Nash about starting soon screens, and I thought I'd kind of throw my 2 cents into this conversation. So starting soon screens, they're not anything like super extravagant, nothing super crazy or awesome. This is mine, and it's relatively chill. It's nothing crazy, just, you know, some underwater bubbles, nothing much. You know, when I was looking at like designing a starting soon screen, I was like, you know, it's not gonna really make or break my stream, so I didn't want to be lazy with it, but I didn't want to just, you know, put so much into it when it wasn't really gonna matter anyway. And that leads us into the question, do starting soon screens matter? And this is an interesting question because I think you can argue both sides. Summit argued that, well, he likes his starting soon screen because it helps get people pumped up for the stream, and it's like a nice little highlight reel that people can watch before the stream starts, which is a fair argument. And it's kind of cool to see a little highlight reel before the stream starts, and I get it, it's cool. But my counter argument to that is, if I wanted to watch, as a viewer, if I wanted to watch your highlights, I would just go watch your highlights on YouTube. And having a highlight reel as your intro to your stream honestly doesn't really set the realistic expectations of the stream. Because if you have this highlight reel that, oh man, you're just getting highlights all the time, you're hitting trick shots all the time, you're doing all this awesome stuff all the time, you're kind of setting an unrealistic expectation for your viewer, because when you go live and then maybe the stream is a little bit more chill and you're not hitting highlights all the time, then it really kind of confuses the viewer, where they saw the highlight intro, they may have thought, oh wow, this is a streamer that gets a lot of highlights, and then the stream is maybe more laid back. And so watching a highlight reel as an intro to your stream, it doesn't quite set the expectation accurately. And another argument I've heard with starting soon screens is that it gives people time to get into your stream, which, again, fair point. In the video with Harris Heller and Devin Nash talked about how it takes about 7 to 12 minutes on average for people to get your going live notification on their phones, and, you know, the push notification from Twitch, and to actually make a decision on clicking it or not. And having a starting soon screen to let everybody into your stream first before they even get the notification, yeah, that's understandable. But the question I would also ask is, what really happens in the first 5, 10, 15 minutes of your stream? Honestly, probably not a whole lot. Now, what I think is a problem with starting soon screens is that this has been ingrained in the Twitch ecosystem, the culture, streaming culture, for a long time. Any stream overlay pack or design that you buy or download for free more than likely has a starting soon screen already there for you. Now, the perspective that I want to add to this conversation is the perspective of a smaller creator. You know, some of these content creators, they have such a big audience now that they pretty much have, you know, a handful of people that are going to be in their stream the second they go live. And so if they don't have a starting soon screen, they can just interact with them right off the bat. Which, by the way, if I was a bigger content creator and I had that audience size, I would probably get rid of the starting soon screen, to be honest, because then I would have people to interact with right off the bat, and I could reward those that come into my stream early. But for a streamer with about an average of 10 viewers, it's kind of tough to do that. Now, based off of my personal experience, it does take that, you know, that 7 to 12 minutes for, you know, my audience to get into my stream. Sometimes they do get in a little earlier for those that did get the notification early. And I've actually experimented with and without a starting soon screen, and I honestly haven't noticed a difference. But the only thing is that I'm gonna be kind of sitting there talking to myself for 3 to 5 minutes at least, either talking about how my day was, talking about what I'm working on, blah blah blah, and then I gotta say that again when people get into my stream. So it's kind of I don't know, I'm still not fully decisive on it yet. And for me, I typically wait around 3 to 4 minutes for, you know, with my welcome screen before I see somebody in chat. And even if I see somebody in chat a little earlier, I will go ahead and, you know, turn my mic up and start a stream then. because then I can spend more time interacting with them and interacting with my audience as people start getting in. And then I can start talking about my day and maybe even talk about some announcements that I have, that kind of thing. I like saying announcements at the beginning of my stream. That's probably not the best idea, but for the most part with my analytics, I do see a little bit of a spike at the front end of my streams, and then it kind of dwindles down as the stream goes on. So for me personally, and with my analytics, I'm going to reach my peak viewership at around 30 minutes-ish, 30 minutes to an hour. And usually for bigger streamers, it takes them around 2 hours to get to their, that hangout spot where they get to their average, what you're normally used to seeing them at. So for me, I'm not really sure if I should stick with the starting student screen or not. I think I might stick with it, but I'm going to keep it to around 2 to 3 minutes instead of 3 to 4 minutes. I'm just going to cut it down to about half the time. That way I can at least go live soon, and that, if somebody's hit with a pre-roll ad, they're not staring at a welcome screen for too long, and we can just jump right into the stream. So now the question is, should you use a starting student screen? Well, I think it depends. If you're a new streamer that's just starting out, there's not really an audience to wait for to get into your stream. You might as well just jump into your stream right there and just get into content. You're not going to gain followers and more viewers simply because you have a better starting student screen. That's just not going to happen. And honestly, if you're brand new to streaming, I think you could probably go either way. It honestly doesn't matter. It's up to you and personal preference. But what I do recommend is getting your stream and everything, all of that, and taking that, deep breath before you hit go live. Do all that before you go live. Don't do that while you're in the midst of your welcome screen. I get everything ready. Everything's ready to go before I go live, so that I'm not sitting in my, my welcome screen for 5 minutes accidentally, for too long, So you kind of have to get everything kind of taken care of beforehand. Twitch it's not like a concert where your first song, your opening song, is going to be one of the most important parts of your concert, because that sets the tone for the rest of the concert. It's not really a show. Now, an exception to the rule, I would say, is Dr. Disrespect. Dr. Disrespect does treat his stream like a show. He says that time and time again. He's developed this character and has created this arena to basically give this impression that this is a show, this is a big deal. And that's what's made Doc really unique in terms of creativity, in terms of being one of the most unique streamers on the platform. And honestly, for Doc, I think him having an intro helps way more, because it gets to build to the stream to see what Doc's gonna do today. I think that's it really helps, I think, to build his stream up. Now, there's always going to be exceptions to the rule like Doc, but I think at the end of the day, if you're starting out, if you're just getting into streaming, and if you're just somebody that just wants to get into it, you're not wanting to spend too much on the theatrics or the production of it all, then you could just jump right into the stream as well and jump into the engagement if you want. But for the most part, I love that we're questioning, some of these things that we've just kind of gotten really comfortable with. We're saying, do we really need this? Do we? Or do we not? Is this really necessary, or can we improve it? Can we make it better? Or is it better without it? And so I find this conversation around starting student screens to be kind of interesting, and I'm kind of liking that we're questioning the status quo, if you will. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below. As a viewer, do you guys like starting student screens? What are your opinions of them? Do you like some more than others? What do you guys think? I'm curious to know. Let me know in the comments down below. And I'm going to experiment a little bit more with this, a little bit more without the starting student screen, and maybe with the starting student screen. I'm going to kind of play around with it and see how it goes. So if you want to see how that works out, go ahead and follow me on Twitch. Link of that in the description down below. Would love to see it in chat. But yeah, with that, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. If you like this video, hit that like button, and if you want to see more content like this, hit that subscribe button. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one, everybody.